There's a war. There's a war on trust. We don't trust other people. We certainly don't trust the government. We don't even trust ourselves. But what I'm seeing is the erosion of social trust, that the divide between the vaxxers and the non-vaxxed is getting wider and stronger. And both sides are looking at the other as insane. Both sides having a real reason not to want to be together. And even a line in the sand being drawn, which I've never seen before in my lifetime, between going into somewhere not. It's like going back to the 60s and where the blacks and the whites, blacks got to go there, whites got to go there. Vaxxed over there, not vaxxed over there. And it's so obvious. But what's strange is the division from the health perspective is very different from the division from the political perspective. And so some reason, some people, where they're interpreting the data, there seems to be a lot of focus on the health aspect, but not on the political background. Like, why is this happening? Why is this happening? And why is this happening everywhere? And why is this happening everywhere right now? And what is the relationship to 9/11? See, that's the political aspect. That's the series of events leading up to now. This is not isolated. This is at the end of a process. And so you can't look at this pandemic specifically by itself. That's a silo, and that's something that stops you from going, what does this mean? What is the significance? Because you have to take into account the events of the 20th century and even before that to get to this. Because this is designed, this is planned. And when things are designed and planned, you can see it. You can see it when you start to see the design and the plan behind things and the connection between the different parts, the connection between the pieces, the connection between the different events. And so this takes a more multidimensional approach. This takes using our minds and the brilliance of our minds and connecting them together in a new form of artificial intelligence. That's more like growth intelligence. It's like, how do we now as human beings on the verge of disaster use this tension in the pupa's embryo to burst forth into building a whole new paradigm for ourselves. One that's good for everybody, one that's fair, one that's transparent, one that actually works, one that isn't based upon usury. Because we have to break free of that old paradigm of banking, because if we don't, we're always going to be stuck. We're always going to be trapped. There's no way out in that paradigm. That's why we have to build a new one.